Today, we are in Paris La Défense Arena. This is a stadium inside Paris, rugby stadium inside Paris. And we are going to unveil today Ami 100% electric, which is a revolution. It's a new electric urban solution for all. So what is happening today is that there are very serious surveys saying that in 2050, 66% of the world population will be urban. So as a mobility provider, we need to think different. And you know that many cities, like London, are prohibiting thermic engines from city centers. So we need to invent something new. And of course, we have invented Ami 100% electric. Ami 100% electric is going to be in competition with electric bicycles, electric moped, or electric scooter. That's a new generation of urban electric mobility solutions. Ami is a revolution for sure, because for the first time ever, people will be able to buy online a mobility solution 100%. From your sofa, you will be able to order that electric mobility solution online, and you will be able to get that solution delivered at home with a product genius, which will be there to explain to you the usage of this mobility solution. So that's a revolution, because it is exactly when you buy something online and it is delivered at your home. That's exactly like a book, for example, or like a TV screen. You buy online, you get delivered. Except that for the TV screen, nobody is going to explain to you anything. We are sending a product genius to explain to you. So that's obviously a breakthrough in the behavior, in the industry, and it's a revolution. At Citroën, we are pioneers, we are inventors, we are creators. We disrupt since day one when we created the company in 1919. Ami is a true breakthrough, is a true revolution. We didn't want to do anything like the others. So for sure, when we thought retail, we said two things: online sale and a breakthrough in the retail. That's why we went to Darty, Fnac, because you know, these guys are the number one selling guys in terms of electric scooter in France. So they are the pro. They are the guys that are able to sell that in a proper way. Of course, no worry, you will still be able to buy it in Citroën dealerships. But clearly we introduced two new channels: online sale, Fnac Darty.
Ami is a product that is nothing like any other projects we've done before. It's a project that was really non-automotive, and we approached it in this way as well. So really good collaboration from the start to the end, in between design and engineering, to really try to find new solutions and break the codes that we usually used in car design. But the beauty of a project like this is that you really start with a clean sheet of paper. So white sheet of paper, you start to work on the package. Of course, with electrification, we are able to do things that we would not be able to do for other projects. Then we create an interior space in which each square centimeter is really counted. We have already an interior space that will give you a different feeling than any other project. And then basically you do the exterior on it. We started to design an interior that had to be purely functional as a base. Then we developed accessories that would give different characters to your Ami or fit different lifestyles through different functions. So super important for this project, we started with two users, and we wanted those two persons to sit next to each other. Why? Because simply it's the most comfortable and the most convenient way to travel together. Now, we wanted to keep Ami very narrow, but to give you enough comfort. So we used a little trick. We put the co-driver just a couple of centimeters behind the driver to keep enough shoulder space, but keep Ami very narrow. That's in terms of packaging. Then when we attack the exterior, we wanted to stay as compact and as functional as possible. And we approached this project, as I said before, with absolutely no automotive approach. It's more of a product design approach really, where everything had to be purely functional and everything had to work perfectly with engineering, aerodynamics, the technology we put underneath. So, and of course we wanted to have a great posture for Ami, once on the road, perfect stance on the wheels. So this is the way we worked with our teams. So the great thing about this project as well is that it's a quadricycle, yeah? So in terms of regulations, we had to learn what we can do and what we cannot do. And that of course gave us freedom in certain areas that we completely took with us to design Ami. While developing Ami, it became pretty obvious and therefore important that customization could be a great thing to do. We started with diverse accessories that we have in interior, in exterior, and we have stickers as well. In interior, the accessories that we propose are purely functional. In exterior, they're more fun. And then in terms of stickers, it's actually pretty cool because you have great visual impact because of the size of Ami. Now, I think that what we're showing today is probably only a start in terms of what we can do. We have plenty of ideas of what we want to do. And this is the great thing about all these accessories is that you can really change the character of this thing into something totally different very quickly. And I think it's a start also for potential partners that could come up with any great idea. And I think it's only a beginning. It's a beginning of great ideas that we can have on our side, but probably other partners as well that could come up with any creative ideas.
We are here today in an amazing place. That's an indoor rugby stadium in the western suburbs of Paris. And we're unveiling a Citroën mobility solution, something completely out of the ordinary we've been developing and we're quite proud to bring to the world, which is an answer to a societal problem, which is individual clean urban mobility. So it's a very compact vehicle you can use from the age of 14, drive around the cities, zero emission, no driving license, extremely affordable and very pleasant to drive. Ami is a very innovative take at answering to this particular societal need for clean mobility, but urban mobility. So it's a bit of a concentrate of the technologies we can have, getting a very compact car while being extremely open with a lot of light inside, quite a lot of space, drives extremely smoothly on an electric powertrain, zero emission, and it brings the ability from any kind of use from the age of 14 all the way to any limit, moving around the city, carrying stuff with you, going to groceries, to the gym, or to work and back in an extremely accessible solution. So Ami is the answer to a societal problem. The societal problem is a combination of clean mobility and urban mobility. So we developed this vehicle using the best of our technology to create an extremely compact yet roomy, very open, a lot of light, but protective, that gives you the opportunity to move around the city, be it for work, for fun, for any form of activity, in a smooth, pleasant, comfortable, protected way. Very accessible, very reliable. The way we looked at this current situation in the inner cities is there's a lot of congestion, there's a lot of restrictions, and currently if you look around, you see the emergence of a lot of alternative solutions which tend to be, mopeds or scooters or bicycles. They all have something in common, which is they can be dangerous, they're not very protective. Ami is taking this problem on the head and saying, you can have access to the inner city in a very clean, very affordable way that is protective and brings you back this freedom of individual mobility. We made it so that it's extremely affordable, and to cut a long story short, you can afford it for the price of a mobile phone subscription. Citroën has been listening to the society around it for more than 100 years. And if you look at the society much beyond the car industry, what you realize is there is an environmental conscience emerging, not only the regulatory environment, the young generation, the people who live around us. But it doesn't mean that mobility should be restricted. So Citroën is trying to say, you can have an answer to this individual mobility while respecting the environment. That's why Ami is electric. Second thing is, people are starting to hurt when they live in the center of a city. This is another issue we want to address with Ami. So for us, now is important because now is a tipping point where the city used to be the place where you want it to be, and more it becomes a place where it's hard to be. So we want to combine respect for the environment and a pleasant life inside the cities. I think it's a very interesting time for Citroën. Citroën has been developing a lot of mobility solutions, vehicles over the last 100 years. And we come to a point in our societies where the challenges between society, mobility, vehicles, pollution, the demands on our cost of living are very tough. And this is the place where Citroën can play its best role, because we always brought extremely challenging, innovative, disruptive solutions. Ami is a statement. It's not the last one. We're going to be more of them during the year. And this is the place where this creative force, this innovative spirit of Citroën can really bring us to, a great future.